All right, moving on to actual positive. I mean, I guess it's kind of positive when other teams get Fletcher because we get to sit back and laugh. But the most positive news possible, Brock Faber signs the ticket. $8.5 million each of not the next 8 years, but after this coming year, the following 8 years. What do you think?
I love it. I mean,
that is the correct answer.
I feel like the smallest number everyone heard was like 9.5, and to lock him up for 8 years at 8.5. Number one, you're not doing some kind of bridge deal. Clearly, it's a Minnesota kid. He wants to be here. And not unexpected, but I'm trying to think how to word this. I think everyone was pretty confident that he would do well this season. I did not have him playing 82 games in the cards. I didn't see that coming. I thought at some point he would hit that first full year in the NHL on a team that's not loaded with talent to protect them. Everyone was correctly in the moment, assuming that he's at some point he's going to hit a wall where it's all right, he's got to give him a game or two just to settle. And that just never happened. Not only that, we saw flashes of offense that I don't think aren't unreplicable. When you look at all the points that he put up, some of the work on the power play that he did, it's not like he did anything that he can't, it was never in his wheelhouse in the first place. But so I try to say, not unexpectedly was a stud as a rookie this year, but I don't think any of us could have possibly predicted how well it would go, the amount of points that he did put up. But I mean, again, the kid just played 82, a full season, all 82 games, half a point per game, and was easily their best defenseman. Logged over 30 minutes on several occasions. I think he finished averaging just under 25 minutes a night. And what's crazy is this is his first year of the league. He's only going to get better. And now with the cap, that will continue to slowly go up as well.
Yep. And Lethal Migraine says here 8.5 was the number. Sanderson signed 8 times 8.05 after his first season. Faber is better. It is the biggest second contract for a defenseman ever, which is actually not correct. But other than that, I completely agree with your sentiment, Lethal Migraine. I don't know if there's more, but I know just off the top of my head, Makar made more. But either way, my biggest thing here is I thought it was going to be more. I thought we were looking at 9.5. And if we play out the next year, of course, everyone now is oh, why are we paying him a year early? Because this is the one guy who can actually increase his ticket. Be mad about Middleton a year early. Be mad about Zuccarello, about Foligno, about Hartman a year early. Those I'll completely agree with. Faber actually had room to increase his value and really stick it to us. I'm very okay with 8.5 beforehand. Let's go. I love this. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. And again, I think what makes it so interesting is he is as young as he is. Again, that means he's only going to get better as his career progresses. And the defending, that aspect of his game is already solid. He was easily the best, most consistent defenseman all year this year, which is, again, insane. It's fucking crazy.
My question for you, though, go ahead.
But what really is intriguing to me is what I was saying before about the offense. That again, it's not when you go back and watch all the points that he put up. It's nothing that wasn't realistically in his repertoire before. They're not just bullshit hopeful points from the or whatever. Not bullshit second assists. He doesn't need the power play. So if there's room for improvement in his offensive game in general, where you could actually lean on him for secondary offense in the back end, and then you look at the prospect pool that continues to come up here, there's a couple guys. I mean, we'll talk about Z Williams soon here that project to be legit offensive or defensemen that have legit offensive upside. When you just pair that with like a guy like Faber, who is at this point giving you a little bit of everything or a lot of everything, really. But that's what's most intriguing to me. If he can continue to grow the offensive aspect to his game, like he is already a stud, but this takes him into a whole new realm of like the type of player. And this exact mold is a very rare, like you don't really get many of these defensemen that like, first of all, again, as a actual true rookie, put up half a point per game, and he is an absolute stud lockdown defenseman at 20, what was he, 21, 22?
He's 21 going on 22.
Right. It's crazy. So I will absolutely lock in that early investment. You just sign him up for just shy of a decade for 8.5 with a cap that's going up. And again, like that cap hits once the other buyouts are done. But I would assume, and again, as I've said every week now I think I said this all year long, I'm barely on like hockey Twitter anymore. I would assume people are like, oh, like they find something to bitch about. And it's just funny to me because like they can't even really cry about like, oh, no points. I'm like, well, half point per game, which none of us expected. So you can't cry about that from a defenseman. Like I think he was probably top 6, top 7 in points on the fucking team as a defenseman. So you can't cry about that. Health, not an issue at this point, 1 year in, but played all 82 games.
I mean,
was like fair enough. But again, played all 82. So like moving on here.
But I'll say, to your point on the offense, right? What's going to happen when he's playing with Brodin instead of Middleton? That's just going to open him up to step in more, which is great. But I do have a question then. Do you think that he should be quarterbacking the first power play?
I mean, ideally, no. But when you look at what they have right now, well, that's the thing. When you look at what they have right now, I don't really see like I think on a team that has okay, go ahead, you go.
I'm all aboard the Chisholm train.
Yeah.
Now, if he fails, sure, change it. But I would give him every opportunity to do that. He's basically the Kalen Addison replacement, doesn't have quite the same vision and creativity, but has way more power, stature, and can shoot the puck better. That's a guy that I have no problem giving the keys to that to let everyone else play the meaningful penalty kill 5-on-5 minutes.
Yeah. No, I like that too. I mean, again, like they just what was it, 1 year deal they gave Chisholm. I like that. He stepped in right away and I was like, this is nice. I like this a lot. This is great. Big fan. So yeah, I would absolutely give him more leash this year for sure. I'm curious to see too, with him like being here for the summer, getting a full like training camp with the team and actually being set to play NHL minutes, like what that's going to do for him versus just showing up here and getting thrown in. Yeah, no, for sure. Fuck
you, Cosgrove. That's
rude. No, that's fair enough. Throw Chisholm in there. Give him more leash, more responsibility, more minutes.
For those wondering, Kalen Addison, not currently employed. Someone will do it. We'll see how he does in the Beauty League.
In Columbus.
How fucking dare you?
Yeah. But either way,
you son of a bitch.
I just know that there are people trying to put a negative spin on the Faber extension just because those people just have to exist for whatever reason. And I just don't get it. When you look at some of the other deals that get thrown out over the last few years, it's like, really? You're going to complain about this one? Like, this is all of really at this point, like we talk about our prospect pool all the time here, but like this kid just like was a stud in college, stepped into the league and was immediately your best defenseman and one of the best players on your team as far as consistency goes. We can't possibly give that guy a big deal and like not bitch about it.
You're new here, Z. Okay.
No, I'm not new here.
Things aren't going well. People are mad about everything until there's a reason to be happy. And while, yes, on paper, this is awesome, they're going to find a way to bitch and be mad until it turns into production on the ice, which sadly doesn't matter if we have Brock Faber. We're probably going to have a tough year. So people are just mad for the sake of being mad. And half of me supports them. Half of me says, calm down.
Yeah. Yeah. And I should say too, because I mentioned the offensive part, if he doesn't like pop offensively either, that still means nothing. Like it's one avenue. I did not see this offensive production coming at the start of the year. It was a very nice added bonus, obviously. But like his game is legitimately being able to play 30 minutes a night, shutting down the other team's top players. And again, the fact that he's sprinkled in the offense this year was just like cherry on top. And if there's more growth in his offensive game, then, I mean, you look at this deal and you will sign that 10 times out of 10. So I love the deal. Again, the fact that they came in under 9, A+ for me. I love it. Keep your good players here for good contracts when they are young and not 30.
But he has a no move and a partial no trade. Huh?
Oh, yeah. He gets his, what's his no partial no trade or no trade?
It's 5 through 8 because that's when he's eligible. Yeah. It only counts for UFA years.
Right. Yeah. So there you go. So I'm a big fan of it. Love it. Well done. And by the way, that video of Billy G or that little content there with them signing it, what he said to Brock Faber and like mom was present at the sign. Like, love that. That was cool.
How many times do you think they practiced that?
That was the 12th take. Yeah.
It's like, Dad, sit fucking still.
Sit the fuck down.
It's like, I'm sorry, I'm so excited.